From calorie count to portion sizes, we wanted to find out all the differences between Red Bull in the UK and the US. This is Food Wars. In the UK, Red Bull comes in 3 portion sizes: a 250 milliliter can, a 355 milliliter can, and a 473 milliliter can.
In the US, our Red Bull cans come in 4 sizes: 8.4 fluid ounces or 250 milliliters, 12 fluid ounces or 355 milliliters, 16 fluid ounces or 473 milliliters, and the biggest one, 20 fluid ounces, or 591 milliliters. That means our US largest size is 30% bigger than the UK's.
Let's see if we're actually getting our 473 milliliters worth. Actually looks slightly more than 473. Maybe we're getting even more for our money. The largest single item by volume in the UK is a 24-pack of our 355 milliliter cans. That totals 8,520 milliliters, which is around 288 fluid ounces. While we do have a larger can on offer, that only comes as part of a 12-pack, meaning that the total is only 5,664 milliliters, which is less than the 24-pack of this one.
In the US, our largest Red Bull item is a 24-pack of 12 fluid ounce cans. I wasn't able to get my hands on it, but is the same liquid amount as the UK's largest. Our closest second is a 12-pack of 24 fluid ounce cans.
Here are all the Red Bull products you'll find in the UK, some of which you won't find in the US.
Here are all the Red Bull items in the US you won't find in the UK.
So technically we have 8 Red Bull products in the UK. We have the normal one, we have the sugar-free one, we have the zero one, red, green, yellow, orange, and white. Some of these are seasonal and will rotate in and out, so it's a little bit tricky to keep track of exactly what's on offer, but this is what we could get today. In addition to this, we have a couple of sugar-free exclusives, which technically adds to the total.
From what I can tell, these 3 flavors are exclusive to the US and you can't find them in the UK. First, we have the Blue Edition, which is blueberry flavored. And we got the peach flavored, which I believe is flavored peach. And the Winter Edition, which is what flavored? Fig apple. Now, both countries have the coconut flavor, but from what I can tell online, we also have the coconut sugar-free flavor.
I actually couldn't even find sugar-free versions of the red one or the orange one. I did find a sugar-free yellow one though. You can tell it's sugar-free because it's got this blue sugar-free band there, blue sugar-free label there, and also the tab is blue. That's quite fun. While it's not technically a UK exclusive, I did find this one while I was hunting for Red Bull. I think it's imported from Thailand and it's a cold brew coffee flavored Red Bull, which sounds pretty intense.
Because there aren't too many exclusives between the US and the UK, I'm gonna do a lightning round of every flavor I can get my hands on here in the US. Couldn't find any of the sugar-free option, but I know they are available, at least online. And also, I got Red Bull Zero and sugar-free Red Bull. So, let's do a quick lightning round of each flavor. Ready?
The issue here is that I don't drink energy drinks. I don't like the taste of Red Bull. They make me feel weird. I drink tea if I need a bit of a caffeine hit and that's it. But apparently I have to taste test all of these, so wish me luck. I am not happy about this.
Regular Red Bull flavors, but sugar-free. I don't think I've ever had a sugar-free one. Maybe I should, because I did drink an alarming amount of Red Bull when I was younger. And maybe a sugar-free option would have been a good idea. You know, well, side-by-side action. Regular. Sugar-free. I might start getting the sugar-free ones. It's like really close. Good job on that, Red Bull.
Basically, the only time I drink Red Bull is when it's in a Jaeger bomb. It also makes me think of those, which is not the vibe for a 11 a.m. video shoot. Cheers, I guess. So this is the normal Red Bull. Yeah. The best thing I can say about this is that the taste kind of like disappears fairly fast. So I'll leave that in the middle to begin with while I do the rankings. This is the sugar-free version in the giant can. The aftertaste isn't quite as nice with the sugar-free version. Slightly worse than the regular one.
Sugar-free has some sugar in it, I guess. It says 0 grams of sugar on sugar-free, but for some reason, they got another one that's 0 sugar. Okay.
Doesn't have much of a taste either, to be honest.
You get that kind of like that energy drink jolt you get when you take a sip of an energy drink. The Red Bull Zero oddly doesn't have that. Okay, the coconut edition. Coconut berry, Red Bull. I've never seen a human being drink any of these. Never in my life have I seen anyone purchase one of these or drink them. Up until me making this video, I did not know these existed. And I don't know why they exist still. Let's find out. All right, coconut and berry Red Bull. The product nobody asked for. This coconut berry Red Bull is absolutely terrible. That is absolutely that is what it's like to drink sunscreen.
Red one, watermelon. I actually don't hate that. That's not bad. My issue is, I don't understand why they settled on that as the taste of like unsweetened, unflavored Red Bull, because it's not good, at least in my opinion. Watermelon has helped that out.
The green edition, the dragon fruit. As you are aware, dragons are green, so clearly the can is green. Dragon fruit. Everyone make that connection? Oh my God. It's somehow worse than this one. It's somehow worse. This is what I think pee tastes like. Does that make sense? It smells like pee. The energy that Red Bull gives you is being counteracted by the absolute depression these flavors are giving me right now. I'm like having this weird thing of I have all this energy and it's being converted into sadness because of these two.
Next up is the green one, which is flavored with cactus fruit. I don't know what cactus fruit is meant to taste like. If I saw a green can, I would assume maybe green apple or lime. It's fine. I don't think it's quite as good as the watermelon.
Watermelon, Red Bull. I don't want to do this anymore. We're making a comeback. Watermelon's not bad. Watermelon's not bad. Oh yeah, baby, the Red Bull meter is going up.
Sugar-free tropical fruits. I generally quite like tropical fruits flavored things because I have a palate of a child. I spoke too soon, that's really gross. No, bad. Worst one so far. Worse than the sugar-free normal one.
All right, blue edition, blueberry. Yeah, not bad. Tart. Wow, tart. 38 grams of sugar in this. You would not believe that from the way this tastes. I guess I'm not complaining, it's just, do you want your energy drink to be tart?
Regular tropical fruits. One thing I'm already noticing is that the sugar-free versions have much less of a strong smell compared to the versions with sugar. It's better than the sugar-free version. It's still not great. Try that one more time. The regular tropical version is actually better than unflavored Red Bull, whereas the sugar-free one, something's gone wrong there, because that is actually worse than the classic Red Bull.
All right, peach edition, peach nectarine. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, wow. Ooh, that's good. That's really good. Also tart. 38 grams of sugar.
The summer edition, apricot strawberry. I mean, that sounds lovely. This maybe sounds like the most appealing of any of them so far, so I've got high hopes. Smells pretty good. I get notes of strawberry. Ooh. Ooh, okay. See, this is concerning because I didn't actually want to like any of these. This is a problem, guys. I can't become a Red Bull guy. I'm not ready for a Red Bull era. I'm too loyal to Mercedes. This is pretty good. I definitely I get apricot and strawberry from that. It's not overpowering. It's just like a sort of nice sparkling beverage. That's the best one I've tried so far.
Winter edition, fig apple. Fig apple, winter. I'm not making the connection. Not good. It tastes like if a sour apple Jolly Rancher was a drink. Does that make sense? No, not refreshing at all.
the coconut and berry edition. I'm not getting much, if any, of the berry flavor from this. Coconut's definitely the star of the show, but it's not bad. Coming from someone who, like I say, doesn't usually like coconut as a flavoring, I think it's better than the tropical as far as I'm concerned.
And last on the flavor train, we got the yellow edition tropical. Ooh, tropical. Oh, it doesn't smell very good. Just please be at least okay. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, it's all right, okay.
And then last but by no means least, we have this random imported coffee one that I found. My only concern, or I guess comment on this one, is that I'm not sure who the target audience is, because I feel like if you like coffee, you'll just drink coffee if you want a caffeine hit. I'm not sure why, if you liked coffee, you would want to flavor your Red Bull with coffee, because you're already getting the caffeine, but here you're just getting like loads of sugar and additives as well. It tastes like someone has taken a coffee and poured Coca-Cola in it, which might be to your liking.
It's the spot, the I want to jack my caffeine levels to the roof spot.
Where would that go? Is that better than regular Red Bull? I actually don't think it is. But is it the worst one I've had today? No, it's not. That's there. That's there. And we're done.
My vision is starting to blur. Ooh, this might have been a bad idea. Oh no. It's kicking in. I like Red Bull. Sugar-free is exactly the same thing. This one had less of an aftertaste, which actually I didn't really like. Coconut and dragon fruit, suntan lotion, and pea. Watermelon I liked. Blue, a little too tart. Peach, I enjoyed. Fig apple, trash. And tropical, not bad.
My main takeaways from that, firstly, I need to lie down. If we can make that happen, that would be great. Secondly, I think the sugar-free versions are overwhelmingly worse tasting than the sugar versions are. I also think for me, like I say, I don't love the taste of just normal Red Bull. So I think I've ended up liking the ones which are flavored with things which aren't Red Bull. So that makes sense. What about the price? Well, in the UK, a 250 milliliter can will cost you £1.50 at a Tesco supermarket. That works out to roughly 60 pence per 100 millilitres, which is around 74 cents.
In the US, the cost of this 250 milliliter Red Bull can at Walmart is $2.18, which breaks it down to 80 cents per 100 milliliters.
So it looks like the UK is actually getting a slightly better deal on its Red Bull than the US is. That's actually kind of a food wars first, so it doesn't happen often. In the UK, our standard Red Bull contains the following ingredients: water, sucrose, glucose, acidifier citric acid, taurine, sodium carbonates and magnesium carbonate, caffeine, niacin, pantothenic acid, vitamin B6, vitamin B12, flavorings, colors, caramel and riboflavin, and carbon dioxide.
Our Red Bull in the US contains pretty much the same stuff: carbonated water, sucrose, glucose, citric acid, taurine, sodium bicarbonate, magnesium carbonate, caffeine, niacinamide, calcium panthenate, pyroxenine HCI, vitamin B12, natural and artificial flavors. All right, the vitamins have different names, but it's all the same.
You may notice the ingredient taurine on that list. Now, taurine has been the subject of inaccurate rumors on the internet for years. Taurine has an association with bulls, drawing its name from the Latin word for bull, taurus. Some people ran with this and falsely claim that it's code for bull semen.
The name actually comes from the fact that taurine was first isolated from ox bile. Okay, the good news is that there's no ox spit in Red Bull, as food producers have used a synthetic version of taurine that isn't derived from animals. It also means that Red Bull is suitable for vegans.
One study found that exposing human teeth to energy drinks for 15 minutes 4 times a day resulted in a significant and irreversible loss of tooth enamel. The study also noted that energy drinks were twice as harmful as regular soft drinks to tooth enamel.
As a study in rats found, chronic intake of Red Bull may cause a decline in kidney function. However, these results have not been replicated in human studies. But any excuse to see my boys the dancing rats.
Red Bull in the UK contains 110 calories per 250 milliliter can. One of these cans also contains 27 grams of sugar. According to their website, this is actually a similar amount of sugar to what you might find in, say, apple juice.
Both sugar-free Red Bull and Red Bull Zero contain 10 calories per this 8.4 fluid ounce can. Sugar-free replace their sugar with aspartame potassium and aspartame. Red Bull Zero replace sugar with aspartame potassium K and sucralose.
Acesulfame potassium, or ACE-K, which is Red Bull's zero-calorie sweetener, has had its share of controversy over the years, although to be fair, a lot of the studies this came from were done in the 1970s. This has led to their validity being called into question in recent years. According to healthline.com, in 1996, the Center for Science in the Public Interest urged the FDA to do more testing on ACE-K before allowing its inclusion in soft drinks.
The CSPI go on to say that there are health concerns associated with ACE-K, including cancer, hormone disruption, and risks to pregnant people. There's also a study that determined the chronic use of ACE-K in male mice was linked to possible changes in brain function over a period of 40 weeks. Yeah, I believe it. It's been 40 minutes and my brain is just...
One of the perceived benefits of drinking Red Bull is that it's supposed to give people a boost through its caffeine content. A 250 milliliter can contains 80 milligrams of caffeine, but is that a lot?
Compared to other soft drinks, yeah. A 12-ounce can of Coke contains 34 milligrams of caffeine. That's less than half the amount of caffeine and almost double the amount of fluid as this Red Bull. A 12-ounce can of Mountain Dew contains slightly more with 55 milligrams.
If we compare Red Bull to another popular energy drink, Monster, you'll find that they actually have the same caffeine content per 100 milliliters, which is 32 milligrams. Although Monster cans tend to be bigger, so you are getting more caffeine in total.
The caffeine amount, however, can be a bit underwhelming when compared to regular coffee. An 8-ounce, 237 milligram, brewed coffee contains on average 95 milligrams of caffeine, and a double shot of espresso contains 125 milligrams.
One issue comes from the fact that some people will consider Red Bull to be more like a soda and therefore might drink higher quantities of it. So is it possible to overdose on Red Bull?
Yeah, although highly unlikely. Caffeine-related deaths have been found in individuals that intake somewhere between 3 and 5 grams, not milligrams, grams of caffeine in one day. That would be 40 of these. I feel like your bladder would explode first.
Although apparently that wasn't enough caffeine for some people. In 2014, Red Bull were sued in a class action lawsuit around false advertising.
Remember the ad campaign, Red Bull gives you wings? Well, it doesn't. False advertising. Back then, Red Bull did say in its marketing that this drink could improve concentration and reaction speeds, a claim that lacked any scientific support.
Furthermore, the suit said that Red Bull persistently and pervasively market their product as a superior source of energy, worthy of a premium price over a cup of coffee or other sources of caffeine.
Red Bull did agree to a $13 million settlement, which granted anyone who purchased a Red Bull dating back to January 1st, 2002 was entitled to $10 or $15 worth of Red Bull. It looks and sounds exactly like pee. Ugh, good morning.